Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back with another track guide in the Formula 4, this time at Lime Rock with a classic layout. So this is the one without any chicanes, the fastest one that we do. Very few braking markers and very few braking zones. Right, let's start the lap. Okay, hot lap. Smashing it down on the left-hand side. Look for the 2 marker, long trail off, still trailing off, still on 1%, down to 3rd, back on the gas nice and early, up to 4th, over to the right-hand side, tiny dab on the brakes, drop it down to 3rd, hook those wheels on the inside. Now we're flat out through here, using all the camber, as we try and find our lift position here for uphill turn 5. So we just lift, back on the gas nice and early ahead of the apex, get some air as we go over there, be careful on landing. Final lifting here, almost kissing that apex. And now we're flat through turn 7. Exit nice and wide on the rumble strip and over and across the line in a 47.221. Right, very quick breakdown coming up. Okay, breakdown lap. Right, so we're looking for the 2 marker just on the left-hand side. As we get there, I'm going to brake briefly up to about 55%, and we're going to start trailing it off as we turn in. We're just going to miss that initial curbing on the right-hand side here for turn 1, so the first half of Big Bend. And if you look, I'm still holding it. I'm dropping it down to 4th, and I'm still holding sort of 2% on the brakes. That's just to maintain the balance throughout the car. I then drop that down to 1%, so literally just the weight of the big toe on the brakes. And once I'm halfway across here, I start building up in 3rd gear, back on the gas, up to 100%, nice and early on, using the camber on the right-hand side, trying not to hit the curb because it does send you out wide a little bit. Head back over to the right-hand side. Now, once we get right on the way over to the right-hand side, and we've got these tyre marks just in front of us, that's when we just go onto the brakes, only up to 22%, as you can see here, and a long trail off again. We drop it down to 3rd, and now we start building back up on the gas. We're hooking our left-hand tyres almost in the grass here so that we can stay over on the left-hand side, and now we can go flat, not quite hitting the curb here on the right-hand side. Up to 5th gear. And what we're looking for here is to start the rumble strip on the left. We want to get our left-hand tyres onto that rumble strip, as you can see here. Now, once we've got all 4 tyres on there, we're going to start our turn in. And we do a lift almost down to nothing. Yeah, we do get down to nothing, but we're back on 100% nice and early, trying to make the most of this turn, use the camber. We get some air there, and it's important to have your steering wheel straight when you land because, A, if you have it cockeyed in any way, you're going to shoot all over the place and probably crash. And if you go over to the left and into this grass on the left-hand side, that's an X, and it will ruin your quali lap. Quite tricky this for the final sort of lifting marker because we're not braking, but it's just before we start coming into the turn. What we got these 2 trees on the left-hand side here. Now we lift almost down to nothing, down to 5%, and then back on slightly later, back onto full throttle than the last corner. Exit nice and wide, try and not go on the grass. And then we start our turn in here, don't hit the inside curving, up to 6th gear, exit lead. And there we have it, that's the breakdown lap. We have one final version coming up with the driving line on without me speaking. Enjoy.